Joining us now, Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, it's great to have you back on again. You know, critics are saying this. It was really striking that the president avoided talking. He didn't talk about crime in last night's speech in Philly, as Philly sees record homicides, as the Democrat voting base, blacks and Hispanics, are getting slammed by crime after Defund Police. And Philly's DA, Larry Krasner, has been criticized for going weak on crime, as are other weak on crime DAs. So this is really striking. No talk of crime in Philly.
Oh, it's unbelievable. But just before we get to that, I have to tell you, I have never seen anything like the backdrop that the president had for his speech. I mean, literally, they can lease that set out to any horror movie they want to introduce it, whether it's Frankenstein or Dracula. It was bizarre. It was weird. It was scary. And I guess all those words apply to the president as well. But that is one weird background they had for a statesman to speak at. And I have no more to say than that. But as far as what you're asking, of course, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about any of the real issues and the real problems they have. They try to focus on other things. And, you know, what I really resented about his speech, not only is that he didn't talk about real issues, come up with real answers, real solutions, but he demeaned the American people. 50% of our people, he just completely wrote off and basically treated them like they were garbage. I'm sorry.
Well, he's their president too, though, right? He's their president.
Yes, he is. And the president of the United States works for the people. They don't work for him. He's there to listen to them, and people have a lot to say, and he's not listening. And it was so evident from that awful, terrible, weird speech.
Well, you know, so doing cleanup after what happened with, no cash bail, weak on crime DAs across the country, minority communities getting hit hard after Defund Police. Now, the president is saying, let's put more money towards cops. We've got homicide rates. They shot up in 2020. You've talked about that in major cities. The largest single rise in a generation. Murder rates still rising. Let's watch Democrats saying, we do want to defund the police. The media is saying they were never for that. But watch this. We've got the receipts again. Look.
Defunding the police has to happen. We need to defund the police.
Yes, I support the defund movement.
Talking about the reduction of our NYPD budget and defunding a $6 billion NYPD budget.
Not only do we need to defund, but we need to dismantle.
Many cities in America, over 1/3 of their city budget goes to police. So we have to have this conversation. What are we doing?
There's some issues that we ask police to do, like mental health issues or policing in schools and all the rest, that perhaps we can shuffle some of that money around.
Yes, I support the reallocation of resources from NYPD.
We will be moving funding from the NYPD to youth initiatives and social services.
I think you do all those other things, you don't need all the money that's going to the police department. So, yeah, I mean, the spirit of it, I do support that.
So locked us down, shut down businesses, shut down schools, defund the police. What's your and crime goes up. What's your reaction to this?
Of course, it's going to go up. It disgusts me, quite frankly, to be very candid about it. I mean, when you are letting people out that have 20 and 30 and 40 priors, and we are, who have committed violent crimes and put them back on the street, you are going to have more violent crime. You know what I believe, and I'm going to be straight out about it. 3 strikes and you're out. I believe in stop and frisk. I believe that when you've committed violent crimes, you should go to prison and you should be there for a while. Now, that's different if you've committed some sort of a minor crime and you can really get some help, psychological and otherwise. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
they are letting
I got to get to this.
Out on the street.
It's forcing businesses to shut down. Listen to this small business owner in Chicago. Her business was robbed. Watch.
The violence has escalated, and it's getting too close to home. It's the people that run our city and state. They need to get it together. They need to organize their budget, expand the police department, and give us small business owners more incentives to stay here. Every day there's an instability that we are not aware of, so anything may happen.
Voters may not be aware of this. MIT Congressman is saying that the U.S. ranks in the bottom half of developed nations for cops per capita, that we don't have enough cops. Your final word.
We don't. We didn't used to. This administration, this majority party have made it so much worse. They are destroying our country. We have to win in November.
Congressman Van Drew, have a good weekend. Thanks for joining us.